Am I still straight? Let me put it right here. Make sure I'm still straight, like right here.
Jerry's gonna be Jerry.
Jerry gonna be Jerry. Don't be leaving that he ain't Jerry. He's still Jerry.
I need some Dak moments this year.
Checking the mic, and we're checking the mic.
There it is.
Speak up, because
Yeah,
we're checking the mic.
There it is. Come on in here.
I'm checking the mic.
Uh-huh.
I'm checking the mic.
I know you like doing that.
Yes, it's Big Game James. It's Big Game James.
Halloween's over.
Game James. It's
Daniel,
Big Game James.
what's up? Hello.
And
Come
we're
on
checking
in.
the mic. And I'm checking the mic.
My name is
It's Big Game James.
Share it, babe.
Good, everybody. It's Big Game James.
Yo. What's up, Thurston? Get on in here. That beat is banging, makes it.
Were you able to find it?
Huh?
You were able to find it?
Yeah, I'm looking at it live.
It's showtime.
I need some Dak moments this year.
I need some Dak moments this year. Isn't that real? I need some Dak moments this year.
Donation. Trying to be positive.
Yeah, we've had some Dak moments.
We had some Dak moments, but I need more Dak moments.
We need more Dak moments. We need a little bit of defense.
A lot of better defense.
A lot of bit.
Man, I don't give a hell.
Paul Masson, baby. I'm doing a gutter style tonight. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we in these streets. Street beasts. We in these streets. R.I.P. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to talk real quickly about that. You feel me? Tragedy today. Yesterday, actually. I ain't going to expound too much on it because I know everybody's talking about it, but Marshon Neland tragically passed away. Second round draft pick. I'm sure you've seen the details if you're a Cowboys fan, so I'm not going to talk about those details. All I'm going to say is love your loved ones, talk to your loved ones, hold your loved ones. I've been through certain things in my life, very tragic, so I've no pain. But, you just always got to love your loved ones and listen. So that's my biggest thing to me, and just condolences and prayers for the family and Cowboys family, everybody involved, because they're closer than us. They seen it every day. We didn't. So just prayers up. That's the best you can do right now.
Yeah, that was sad. I was not expecting to see that news this morning. Guy very young, 24 years old, only his second year. Potential future good player. I thought he was a good, solid player. You saw he just scored that touchdown on Sunday. So that was unexpected news to wake up to and kind of just put a damper over things.
Right.
There's a lot of excitement going on yesterday. It's kind of been a roller coaster, emotional week for some Cowboys fans. But, so yeah, that's sad news. That's it.
Show goes on though, but maybe this can be inspiration. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Street Beast for the good shout out. But maybe this could be inspiration. You never know. Those things can happen. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes in tragedy, things can come together. Maybe you become even stronger as a family, as a team. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you rise above these things because you already got a lot of obstacles coming up within the season, especially in the second half of the season, because now it's about to get real brutal in these streets, right? It's about to get crazy. After you play them Raiders, buddy, that's when the gauntlet comes. And that's where you're really going to see, because I personally feel I ain't throwing in the towel, but dog, you really far back and you lost a majority of your games or NFC games that you lost. So you cannot lose to the Eagles, the Vikings, or the Lions in that stretch if you think you want to go to the playoffs. So that's why that big move that we're going to talk about with Williams, that's what we're going to see. Is that going to make a difference? That's why the title is Too Little, Too Late.
Yeah, really with that schedule you're talking about, I think it's going to come down to what the Eagles do as well, because we talked about it, you're going to have to win that division. They do have to play the Eagles again, and 5 straight really hard games. Eagles, Chiefs, Lions, Vikings, Chargers.
Damn.
So that is a gauntlet, and then you finish out with the Commanders and the Giants. So,
and the Giants that ain't a given.
Speaking of trades, I mean, we're going to obviously get into trades. That's been the big news. But the schedule and the situation of the season kind of reminds me when the Cowboys traded for Amari Cooper a little bit.
Yep.
So you wonder if there could be some kind of spark from this trade. Obviously, a great player. Do we want to talk about that first, obviously, because we even want to hit on the Cardinals game?
I mean,
Touch
Cardinals,
on that at all before we
can
talk about
touch
the trade?
a tiny bit. We can touch on how we was right. How I said, let's talk on that. Let's touch on that right quick. Before we had that game against the Cardinals, G, we had already talked about this could be the Boo Birds game. Why? Because I know the patterns and trends. Learn that word, y'all. Patterns and trends, because there's a lot of words I've been put out there. But learn this one. This is a new one we're going to have. Patterns and trends. Cowboys show patterns and trends, what they're going to do. So when they played the week before, I said, this feels like that Boo Birds game. And that's when I thought Kyler Murray was playing. So when Jacoby Brissett was playing, I'm thinking maybe the football gods shined on Dallas, right? But as soon as we got closer to the game, it just felt weird. And then as soon as they started targeting Bland early and Marvin Harrison Jr. was getting those first couple passes, I said, yep, this is it. Marvin Harrison, just what we talked about, said he was going to have a career high. He did in catches. If Jacoby he missed him on a couple plays where he was wide open and he just missed him, he would have got more yards. He would have got at least 150, right? Career high in catches. He probably almost would have had career high in yards. And they didn't even have James Conner. If they would have had James Conner, it would have been maybe been even worse because he would have ran all over that defense, right? So it was everything we thought it was going to be, just like it was going to be. And once again, that offense bogged down again. G. And see, it's not just defense. And I understand we talked about defense. You have to have defense. But that offense just be doing goofy things. The players, fumbles, penalties, sloppy football. That's not playoff football. And when you're relying on your offense because your defense is so damn bad, I know your offense can't be perfect, but your offense can't make those elementary type mistakes. You got to be better than that. I know Javonte Williams, you've been a dog, but if you watch that game, the Cardinals were stripping at that ball every single freaking play, G. Did you see it? Every play they were trying to rip the ball out. So if you know that, and I'm watching it, player cognizance tells you I got to be holding on to that football because they're coming behind me trying to rip it, and it still happened. And that's why I like, is this really a playoff team? Because playoff teams don't do that.
Yeah, that was a tough one to watch. It's 2-5. You're at home. You're getting embarrassed in front of your home fans. And I'm embarrassed just watching it here at home. Don't even really want to watch the rest of the game because you just know how it's going.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like you said, though, offense having a lot of issues. What's going on with that? That's like 2 bad games in a row where the offensive line is just allowing pressures. And like you were talking about how Dak was looking like MVP, 1, 2, 3, boom, 1, 2, 3, boom. Where'd that go? Because now we're seeing 1, 2, 3. Oh shit! I'm about to get hit. Scramble out, try to make a play, and then it's all busted up. So what do you think's happening?
Them tackles is what ain't happening. I don't know if it looks like a miss on Tyler Guyton, but he looks terrible. And I'm not trying to hate on it, but that's what it is. He looks terrible. Put Nate Thomas in. I know he's the better right tackle, right? And still hasn't been good at all either. But he's probably better in the run game. And still has been always suspect in the pass game. He's always been suspect in pass protection. But Guyton, good Lord, we were like, okay, Guyton is looking a little better. Oh man, no. And when you're a quarterback, okay, I'm not playing in the NFL, right? But I gotta think when your tackles are letting those guys come in just like that, it throws your rhythm off. Now that 1, 2, 3, now you're looking at the pass rush. You're coming out and you want to look downfield, but you keep seeing this guy coming off here. And now, guess what? I'm making bad decisions. Now the ball is being thrown. Now the whole offense is out of whack because the protection is bad. And it's like, how can the protection be good one week and then it's just trash the next? And it's like, I don't know what's going on, but I know it's those tackles because if you look, I don't know, Walter Neland, that rookie gave Tyler Smith some trouble that game. He's pretty good, and that was his first game. Booker, I like Booker. BB, you feel me? I like that 3, but those 2 on the outside, I think that's what's throwing Dak's game off. But another thing also, G, we were talking about that yesterday on that cover 3 with all the guys. The offense is better when it runs through George Pickens and not CeeDee Lamb. And when it seems like it's forced through Lamb, the offense sputters. But when it's naturally through George Pickens first, the offense is dynamic. And that needs to be looked at because now because here's the thing. Were they worried about keeping his targets down? Because you keep his targets down, he's going to cost less money, right? Is that happening? I don't think so. Is Dak trying to appease CD because that's my guy? You feel me? Is CD going to get jealous? I'm wondering all these things because you got to start that offense with George Pickens. Point blank.
I told you in that last show after that Denver game, it looked like he's trying to force things to Lamb. There were some plays there where they were right there on the goal line where he threw one double coverage to Lamb. Pickens is sitting over here one-on-one on the left side. You know, you throw that up for Pickens, he's probably going to come down with it. So it just kind of felt a little forced or something. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's a battle of egos, something like that going on. But
I would hope not.
I think they seem like good boys and friends. That's what they act like, you know, when you see them talk.
And you would think when you got those
Mario
type of players, when you think,
but when you're losing, things aren't going good.
True.
This is when that chatter comes up is when you're losing. You know, when you're winning, you don't hear about these things.
But see, my thing would be, CD, you already got your money. And we already know you're the cornerstone. So there shouldn't even be anything with you. If anything, you should be like, yeah, get my dog involved. Yeah, get him the ball. You feel me? Get him going. We need to get him popping. And then I'm going to get mine. I feel like that's what CD should be, that type of guy. And I hope he is, because if he is, that's going to make the offense better. Because as I said before, I just feel like the offense is more explosive when you see it, when you start lighting up George Pickens early. When George starts getting that ball early and getting that swag going and putting the ball out there and doing whatever, that offense gets to popping. Now CD is underneath and boom, boom. Now because have you noticed when George gets a couple of them good ones and then CD gets it, we going down the field. We moving. It's easy. You feel what I'm saying? It's popping. But when we force it to CD or when we're going salutes, when we're going through him, it just feels like the offense bogs down. I don't know why.
Real quick, what's up, everybody in the chat? I don't really go in the chat much these days, but since we're back into it, we do need to pay attention to the chat.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Dustin Roberts, Stevie Mack? He's been a long time guy. He saw one of my videos. He said, "Oh, Producer G's back."
Yeah,
I'm back.
everybody was like, "What, Producer G, Big Game James?" Yeah.
Yep.
After I mean, like I said, you've seen like Tribe Called Quest, you've seen them other type of people out there in them streets, and they're like, they got back together. Yeah, we back, and we better than ever.
Yep. And just getting started, so. Always trying to improve it every week, trying to make new changes and update things every week. So look for things to get better. I haven't really pushed it a whole lot yet because I feel like we're not there yet. But once we get to that point, it's going to be good. We've been doing a little bit of experimenting. I like how it's going right now. So, but yeah, let's move on a little bit. I didn't want to talk too much on that Cardinals game. We kind of went off in the offense, but there's a lot more we could dive into with that, with Ferguson and all the penalties and. Jacoby Brissett looked like Tom Brady, but let's talk about the trades.
Okay.
So obviously when I woke up yesterday morning, was it yesterday? It was the day before, Tuesday morning, trade deadline day. Cowboys, the news comes out, early, 7 a.m. or something. Oh, they made this big move after Jerry teased it the night before.
Right.
So we didn't know what to expect, but I felt like something is coming. He wouldn't just say that. But I don't know if that's the move everybody thought they were going to get, and then right up to the deadline, something else happened. So let's go ahead and dive into that.
All right. Well, I know, first of all, I kind of already knew about Logan Wilson, me and my guy. I keep him. He's my 007 agent. I can't say his name, but he knows who he is if he's watching. But he's my 007 agent, G. He's the one that sends me all the information all the time. Him and a couple of people sends me information all the time. So I had already kind of knew about Logan Wilson, and I figured that he would be the guy because, number one, the contract, he had 2 years left on his deal, and he had no more guaranteed money after this season. That's optimal for the Dallas Cowboys, right? Because we can move without you because you don't have no guaranteed money, so that contract isn't guaranteed. We can release you. We don't owe you shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they were trying to take those deals. So we already thought Logan Wilson, and then the Minka Fitzpatrick was coming strong, that the Cowboys were on him. And then Bradley Chubb had the same type of deal where his guaranteed money was up at the end of this season too. And then they were talking about edge, right? So safety and edge, was the thing. But then you start hearing about Mozzie getting dangled. So I'm like, I wonder who it's going to be. So I'm thinking it was going to be Minka or Bradley Chubb. Then when I seen Quentin Williams, I ain't going to even front. I said, what? Quentin Williams? Okay, he wanted to get a real shut-up signing. He wanted to really shut us up.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's a big shut-up.
That's probably the biggest trade. When's the last time you could think they trade for a player of that caliber?
I mean, Amari Cooper type, but even this I think is bigger than Cooper.
I guess you could put Pickens in there too, but
I feel like this is different. This is big.
Yeah, this is
because this is a position that Dallas has needed forever. I think that's why it's so much bigger, because Dallas, we've had receivers, right? We've had dog receivers. We've had dogs, but we ain't had dog defensive tackles. We don't have just a plethora of them, and that's where we have failed, or that's where the Cowboys have failed at that position time and time again. They've had some go through the system, but that's way back then. The last one the dog I remember, we all remember, was David Irvin. He left. That was the dog. You feel me? So we ain't had no dog since him. And I think Quentin Williams is really about that life. He cares about football. He's passionate along with that. And I like Quentin Williams years ago when Tyron Smith went over there to the Jets. I remember saying, hey, man, I know you couldn't get him, but why don't you just ask? Why don't you just ask about Quentin Williams? I know you couldn't get him, just ask. You know what I'm saying? So to me, we were talking about this off air, G, with this Quentin Williams thing. First, when I saw them getting him, my first thought was, yeah, you was desperate. Yeah, you knew if you didn't get somebody like this, you was gonna be in some big trouble. You feel me? So I was like, you did this out of desperation. You feel me? And this season's about to be over, so you did it too little, too late. But then when it comes out, he was doing it when that Parsons thing was popping, that he was trying to talk to them from the very beginning and do the switch and get a first-round pick and multiple picks. I had to shut my mouth.
You think this was like a redemption for Jerry?
This was a desperation, like, buddy, if I don't do this, they're going to go off on me, and I don't want to hear that. Jerry can be talk all that shit all he wants to, like he all tough with it. Jerry don't want people hating him. That's a fact. He don't want people hating him. And if he didn't make a move, we were just talking about, they were saying, when we got blown out the Cardinals, just keep them picks. Just keep them picks. Yeah, if he would have kept them picks, you know how criticized he would have been. See, you ain't a gambler no more. He's soft. He weak. You just gave up on the season. It's always the future. Yeah, you gonna trust them picks? You just trying to get rid of Mozzie. He's a failed pick. What about Schoomer? You know what I'm saying? All that criticism would have came up. He didn't want to hear all that. So how do you shut everybody up? How do you get away from all that criticism? How do you be able to get some breathing room for a little bit? Quentin Williams. Am I right?
Yeah. That's what you're always saying, the shut up signings. That's it right there. That's the prime example.
And what did everybody do?
Shut up.
We had to market that shut up signing.
I think, everybody's getting real excited, but I think we just got to pump the brakes a little bit, especially with Logan Wilson. I know everybody's excited about that. And I'm sure he is an upgrade, but it was a 7th-round pick. I mean, you can't expect to get a whole lot for a 7th-round pick, but we'll see what happens with that, with him, with Quentin Williams. When Overshown comes back, everybody's all together. You got Rebel coming. Yep. Carson just came back. I saw some stats where he actually had a great game against Cardinals. Carson.
He did?
If you look at the stats, yeah, I think he gave up 1 catch or something. And
I didn't even see him.
He's 21. Why. That's good. If you ain't seeing them,
you're right. You're right. If we ain't talking about him, that means he ain't getting burnt.
That's kind of a good segue too. Even though we're kind of just hitting on things, we don't have to stay
freestyle.
That takes me over to Bland. Who he was getting smoked that game. We saw him a lot in that game.
Yeah,
not for the good reasons.
Yeah,
I predicted the pick 6. He had a pick 6, but before that, it wasn't. He hadn't been the same since the injury and. Since he got the money, obviously, as well, just kind of weird how all that works out. So, they did give him a pretty good contract. But, yes, he's been a little bit disappointing in my eyes.
Well, Let me tell you something about Bland. Anybody who watches me or listen to me, y'all should already know I didn't already called all this stuff about Mr. Deron Bland. No hate on Bland, but I said last year, even probably when he had that big, he had all the interceptions. Everybody's, bro, we got a dog. And let me tell you something. I like Deron Bland. I think he's a good corner, but he's a good slot corner. He's a slot corner. He's not an outside guy. And that's the main thing I said. Don't sign him to the crazy money because he's not that guy on the outside. I think he's outside the top 5 in money. His contract, when you look at it, it's not crazy, but he's not on the outside. He made that money in the slot when J. Lou went down and he was doing his damn thing in the slot. And yeah, he went to the outside and he turned up and he got them picks and did all that. But I think it's easy to surprise people 1 year in the NFL. Once they see that tape on you and they figure you out, let's see if you can do it again. Guess what? And I know he had the injury after that, but he always had trouble with them big receivers. He always had trouble with the big receivers. He always had trouble with speed receivers. You feel what I'm saying? And especially on the outside, you match him up one-on-one, he going to get it. He going to get the business. And we've seen it time and time again. When you match him up one-on-one, he's going to get the work. And it's not no hate on him. I think he's a good player, but he's not that guy. Put him in the slot, and you got to have guys around him, much like when we're going to talk about Osa Ogadazua. I like Osa, but Osa by itself is not the guy. When Quentin Williams is here and now Kenny Clark, now you'll start being like, damn, Osa doing this, Osa doing that. You know why? Because he has Kenny Clark and he has Quentin Williams now. Leave Osa by himself. Osa's going to struggle. He's not going to, because he's a guy. I'm not trying to call him a jag, but maybe I am calling him a jag. And I'm not hating that they re-signed him, but they had no choice, right? Because they signed him in March and Dallas had nobody backing him up. For real. So if you ain't signed Osa, we ought to have been like, man, what Dallas doing? So it's kind of like you had to sign him. You feel me? Because Dallas don't do shit in free agency, and he's a homegrown. Would have been like, oh, you letting a homegrown grow? You feel me? That would have been biting at them. See, you talk about homegrown, and then you got a homegrown guy who turns up his year, and you don't sign him. They hear that criticism, G. They hear it. So they're like, nah, we got to sign him and make sure he's there. But he's not the guy. He needs those guys around him to be better. And now you'll see how Osa is now because he's going to have Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark. But the conversation is Kenny Clark, because now he was the rental. Because when we found out, G, that they wanted Quentin Williams and picks first, that's what their goal was. Green Bay was the fall off. That was the second choice. So when they said we want Kenny Clark, he was the throw in. It wasn't like, oh, we want Kenny Clark so bad that we thought it was, because we were led to believe that, oh, it was all about Kenny Clark in Green Bay. No, you was the after guy and you was the throw in because you had to have a defensive tackle, because the world would have been like, yeah, you got 2 first-round picks, but who else you get? You feel me? They don't want to hear the criticism. Once again, G, how I'm talking. They don't want to hear that. So, nope, make sure you throw in that defensive tackle. He had that out in 26. So, it's easy we can still go after Quentin Williams. Now we got our guy. So, when the season's over, we can release Kenny Clark now and say, well, we got Quentin Williams and Osa. You feel me? But y'all need to really manipulate that, because y'all got to keep a Kenny Clark and Osa and him, because I know you ain't going to do nothing to Osa, because you're going to say, we can't cut Osa or trade him. We just signed him and he's homegrown. They will never do that. They won't do that. So they'll take that blow instead of saying, we got to work this out. You feel me, G? I feel like that's where the great general managers are. They'll figure out, instead of just saying, we already had the mind of getting rid of you at the end of the year anyway, so now the year is over, you're just a casualty. We don't owe you nothing. Instead of the great GMs be like, nah, we got to work something out, because we got to keep Osa, Kenny Clark, and Quentin Williams, because we have to be great. Because if this season isn't going on, because it most likely isn't, you got a couple year window, 2.5 year deal. Dak will be 33. And we already talked about that window. The window is closing. So if that's the case, you need to keep all your dogs here. That's why I said when you traded for George Pickens, you should have tried to sign him, because now y'all had the thought of, you probably maybe wasn't even going to sign him, G. Y'all had the thought of, we'll trade for him. We got him that year. We can franchise tag him. He stays another year because he won't sit out on a franchise deal, G, because I got to get paid. So we got 2 years of him, and then we can just let him go. You see, I'm thinking like, this is real. I'm thinking like how they would think, or in any general manager. So you got to keep this core together if you're going to do it. So if a real GM, you got to figure out that core to keep it together.
So
I was talking a lot. I'm sorry.
It's all good. People like to hear it. So that was good stuff right there on that, on those discussions. So we'll definitely get some cuts out of that.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to the trades, because we kind of went off into the contracts, which was good because we were going to hit that anyway. But let's see. So I guess, can you tell us two things? I'm going to run upstairs for a second, come right back down. Two things. What are the Cowboys getting with Quinnen Williams? And then after that, what are the Cowboys getting with Logan Wilson? What can you expect from those guys? What are they going to bring to the defense? Is it an upgrade, obviously, with Williams? But what's Logan Wilson going to do that we haven't seen? Hit on that, and I'll be right back.
All right. So first, I'll talk about the lower guy, Logan Wilson. I've seen him in Cincinnati. I actually see him in his earlier years. I didn't see him advantageously. I don't even know if that word exists, if that even goes in the sentence. But I have seen Logan Wilson because I'm out here in Ohio. So I watch Cincinnati games. So I've seen him play. He's a 100 tackle guy. Well, I don't know if he's that now, but he's back in his mid-20s. He was getting you 130, 125, 110. He's getting them tackles. He's a physical, hard-nosed linebacker, kind of a throwbackish, right? Not super athletic, but not unathletic, right? A physical linebacker, and I feel like he adds stability. He's a guy that could be a green dot guy. He's a guy that you can lean on in the huddle. He's a guy that can put people in their spots. He's a guy that knows how to, like Jerry said, read the key. He's that guy that's able to do that for you. And with your current linebacking core and Kenneth Murray, who I thought, man, okay, when you traded for him, I wasn't hating because he had all that athletic ability, but I was already leery on him. Go back to the videos because I talked about his instincts that were terrible. And that was the main thing, was his problem was his instincts. So I did things a tick slow. So now, hopefully, you can just have him in spot duty, because if you're using Kenneth Murray in a spot duty, maybe he doesn't make as many mistakes. And that's the reason why I was talking about like Sanborn. Maybe Sanborn is better when he doesn't have to be the guy. That's when you get other guys that we talk about. We think that the Cowboys bring in, and it's not everybody, but the guys that they bring in as the guys, right? But they're not even the guys somewhere else. But now they got to be the guy here, and their warts show. And I feel like that's what happens. So Logan Wilson will hopefully move out some Murray playing as much and bring stability there, right? And DeMarvion Overshown will be back, but I can't count him. I'm sorry, I just can't. I'm a hope and pray, but I'm not counting him. But he'll bring stability and toughness at that linebacker position. Quinnen Williams, I think he can change the whole defensive line. He played, and think about this. He played with Perion Winfrey, who's with the Cowboys. He played with Solomon Thomas, who's with the Cowboys. So that's 3 guys that are with the Jets that are with the Cowboys that all played with each other. I think that's a good thing because now there's already continuity, right? There's already cohesiveness, okay? Quinnen Williams is the type of player that draws double teams, period. That's what you see all the time. He is a monster in the run game. He plays strong. He plays with an attitude, and he does have pass rushing skills. Dallas hasn't had that win since, like I said, David Irvin, in my opinion. That makes Osa better. That makes Solomon Thomas better. That makes everybody along the line, Dante Fowler, Ezaraku, who's starting to come on now, 2 sacks, right? I said he would be in the running for Defensive Player of the Year with 5 sacks. He's already got 2. He might get more now because Quinnen Williams is going to start. Now they got somebody to focus on that defense. Because when Michael Parsons left, when Michael Parsons was here, no matter what anybody tried to dog Michael Parsons, when them offensive teams came in to play Dallas, where's Michael Parsons? I don't care what the hell you're saying. It was like, where's Michael Parsons? We had one guy that they had to pay attention to, and that's all we wanted for that defense. And it made a difference from 21 to 23, or until Quinn left. Dallas was one of the best defenses in the league. And it still had those issues, but we had a guy. And that made the difference. Now you have a guy again in Quentin Williams. And now hopefully that can change, because that changes. When you got a guy, I've played basketball, I've played football, I've coached. When you have a guy, everybody plays different. When you got a bunch of players, good players, oh, babe wants some drink. Look at her. She'll point that on the low. Give me my drink. Let me get some of that Palmer. When you're playing with some players, you're going to have to give me one of them too, big dog.
Okay. Yep, I got you.
Okay. But when you're playing with a guy, I played with a guy before, and it changes how you play. You're a lot more confident.
Yeah,
you are.
And then when you think about it, too, when you have a guy like that and that ball comes out quicker, they don't have time to stand back there and throw those deep balls that you keep seeing now.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to throw those quick passes on those outs, and that's where you saw those pick sixes and stuff like that from Bland and Diggs.
Because that pressure. That's why you're getting the cornerback can jump on that ball. He doesn't have to cover for 3 or 4 seconds. I don't care how good of a cornerback you are not covering that long. This is the NFL. These are great receivers. You're not covering that long. You feel me? You need to get pressure. And the longer you can't get pressure in that quarterback, he's going to have a field day. And they're going to be screaming in the microphone, "This too fucking easy." Like they was doing in that game. That's embarrassing when a team, you get caught on camera and they saying that some shit like that. That pissed me off. And it's too easy. My Lord, have mercy. So, but I think
Monday Night Football, prime time, lights.
You feel me? So I think Quentin Williams is going to, and Quentin Williams, you heard what he said. He hated losing. That was getting on his nerves. That's one of the reasons why he said he didn't want to re-sign a deal. Okay? Because he want to win. Now, they ain't winning in Dallas, but they winning enough where they ain't winning in New York, right? So I feel like he's going to bring an attitude where you guys better play. I'm not accepting this. You better come here and bring it every day. And I feel like that's going to bring up the play for the whole defense. So I think his natural play on the field is going to do something, but his aura is going to help everybody else around him, and it's going to help the defense play better. Will it save the season? I don't know. I think that's very slim because you lost too many games in the NFC. I said that's what always bites Dallas. G, every time we talk about it, dog, everything always bites Dallas because they lose always them early games in the NFC early, and then they'll make a little run, and then at the end of the year, it's a tiebreaker or something. It's a sorry-ass team you lost to at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening now because you lost to the Panthers, the Bears.
It's all NFC,
Bro,
too.
It's all NFC teams. And the tie might as well be a loss against Green Bay because, I'm sorry, I don't think they're going to fall off like that. They're going to have the tiebreaker, too. So you got to at least count 5 NFC losses. You're going to have to win the division. And I'm sorry, I don't think the Eagles are going to have that collapse like they did a couple of years ago. I just don't think they are.
Yeah, it's that. Well, that kind of leads right. I was going to ask you after the trade, after all the injuries, Revel, Overshown, Hooker. Is Hooker coming back?
I don't know if Hooker's coming back, but I don't care if he does.
Well, all these guys that you're about to get back.
And Wanya's been playing anyway.
The trades you just made, those guys are obviously like ready to go. They might have to learn the playbook and stuff like that a little bit, but that's the good thing about Quentin Williams too. He just had a bye week, and now he's going into another bye week, so he's getting like 3 weeks off before he plays another game. So that's going to be a lot of time for him to adjust.
And he's coming to his defensive line coach that made him great, helped make him great. That is another key. Solly already played with him. Perrion, who I want Perrion Winfrey to get healthy because I think he's going to be a good addition. I think because he plays nasty. Perrion plays nasty. He plays angry and aggressive. So I want him to hurry. I was hurt when he got hurt. So I want to see him and Williams with White Cotton. That's going to be the big key. You just said that 2-week break is going to be huge, G, but coming back to your own defensive line coach that helped make you great is the icing on the cake in that aspect.
So, all right. So I guess we kind of went off to what I was actually going to ask you, which was, with all that being said and done, all these additions, everything comes together. Matt Eberflus probably had some kind of say in that. Do you think? Think Eberflus had some kind of say?
Well, I know Eberflus.
Is that an Eberflus kind of guy?
I don't know if he's an Eberflus kind of guy. I know he can play the 3, can play the 0, he can play the 1, he can play all down the line of scrimmage. So I know Eberflus was saying, "Damn, Jerry, I mean, you want me to do this but look who I got. I got Mozzie Smith. He ain't even active. Look who I'm dealing with. How you want me to win and these ain't my players? Who I got?" So that's the reason why I think Jerry's going to have his eyes on these additions to see how this defense plays with Eberflus as well, because that's his boy. You feel me? So if that defense plays anywhere remotely decent, Eberflus is coming back for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's coming back already with this addition. You're going to at least give him a chance for a fresh start with this new players and then the draft.
Exactly. And plus, that's Jerry's boy.
But this is also going to build up to where, like, okay, now I'm getting you the players. Now the excuses for you are going to start going away.
That's true.
So then we might see a change probably after next season if he don't do something next year.
And that's why I said Jerry will be evaluating. Like, I brought him over here. Now, you my boy. Now, I think Jerry's really is like this. Like, you my boy, but you ain't going to just be embarrassing me like that. So I'm going to get you a guy, and I better see some improvement, because I don't see some improvement as much as I love you. You got to go. That's how Jerry gonna talk to him.
Yeah, that's probably how he had to do Jason Garrett and a couple of.
That's how I probably talks to him. Like, I love you, but I'm gonna cut your ass.
He probably didn't do that with Mike McCarthy, but he did that with Jason Garrett.
I don't know. Jerry don't give a fuck.
Jason Garrett was his guy.
Jerry don't give a fuck.
But anyway, I still didn't get to the main point there, which was, with all that being said, is this team, can they do anything this season, or is it done? So. Is this season over?
I feel it is, in my estimate. Now, it's not over mathematically. As a player, you keep fighting to the end, but I'm sorry. I don't know if Quentin Williams is going to make that big of. If he does, then shit, bruh. I'll come back on the show and be like, God damn. That would have to be a crazy, like, he would have to, you feel me? You got Revel. I can't count Revel because that's a rookie who ain't even smelt the field. But we've seen it in the NFL, G, but we don't never get that love. The Cowboys don't ever get it. We've seen guys, look at Walter Neland. He ain't played all year, came in and went crazy, right? Revel could come in and get 2 picks out of just –
true.
You feel me? It could be fluky.
We've seen that before.
We've seen it before.
Some guys are superstars immediately.
We've seen it before, right? We've seen it before.
That's called a steal of the draft if you get somebody
We've
like that.
seen it, and let me tell you, let a Revel get a pick or 2. Just bruh. Number one, everybody in Cowboy Nation gonna go crazy. Okay? Y'all gonna go crazy. I might go a little crazy. Right? But now that might raise the defense because they're gonna be like, oh, we got a guy again. I bet you Diggs come back then.
Diggs, I feel like he wants out, but I don't know. We've talked about that.
See, if you smart though. See, here's the thing. See, Dallas, that's why I feel like they're goofy. If whatever this beef y'all have with Diggs, if you try to save the season, if you're activating this rookie, then get Diggs back in here, activate that rookie, put Bland back in the slot. Now if you that confident Revel, throw him out there. You said he ready, throw him on out there, and you got backups, and put Quentin, put everybody you can in there, and don't waste this offense and go hard and try to save it because you got to beat everybody, damn it.
Yeah, you're going to have to win at least 4 of those 5 games on that stretch.
You can't lose no NFC games. At least you got to win. You've got 5 NFC games left.
So prior to what's been happening, what we've been seeing here recently, these last 2 games, this offense is putting up about almost 40 points a game. If you can do that, and your defense can just be a little bit better because they've just been all-time worse. You don't need them to be all-time great. If they can just be a little bit better, just middle of the pack defense, you'd have a pretty good chance if your offense can get back to what they were doing.
So I'm going to ask you, G, do you think the offense would show up against KC, Philly, and the Lions? Or what do you think about those 3 games in particular? Do you think they would show up in that game? Because when they play these fluky teams, they just bog down. But it seems sometimes when they play these top teams, they turn up a little bit. What you think?
Well, based on what we have seen all season, which has been no defense, I don't see why that would change other than maybe if these new additions or the guys coming back from injury really make that big of a difference.
Mm-hmm.
If that don't happen, like I just said, if they can be middle of the pack defense, that alone right there can help you win games if your offense can get back to what they were doing. So right now it's kind of both sides of the ball not playing well. Early on we're saying, okay, this offense is amazing, Dak for MVP. We can just get this defense right. Now your offense is also making mistakes, which is showing why you need that defense. But yeah, so
It's just
if these guys that just came in can make impact, I think that they could have a chance if the offense can get back to what they were doing.
they got to run it through Pickens. And I've been looking at the comments, right, when the people was like, Pickens ain't leaving, Pickens staying. Listen, this is what's going to happen in my opinion. They got Pickens. I'm not saying they had the thought of never signing Pickens, but they get Pickens. They already know we're going to franchise tag you. If you don't think they're not franchising Pickens, they are, right? Pickens going to hate that tag. He going to be mad as he going to hate that tag, right? But he going to get like $28 million, right? And Higgins played on it, right? So he going to play on it because he ain't going to sit out.
It's just like that instability, not having that.
You're not going to do it.
Assurance.
Yeah, so you got 1 year, $28 million, right? So he's going to play on it. So you got Pickens for one more year. Yeah, you going to grab it? But I just don't I don't know if they're going to sign him, dog, because now they're going to come with this, oh, he costs too much. Because you're going 2 years of Pickens with numbers, bro, his numbers, unless they play the Fugazi game. The Fugazi game to me is this. If Dallas wants to have any thoughts of trying to go to the playoffs, they got to run the offense through Pickens. Period. This ain't a diss to Lamb. Lamb is a dog, but so is Pickens. Pickens a dog. He's an uber dog. Okay? He just got a different chi. When he started getting the ball, kind of like, I ain't saying he like him, but the attitude like with Michael Irvin, dog, like when he get the ball and get the rumbling and talking trash and pointing at people, he's our attitude. Dallas don't be having no attitude to me. That's what we talk about, how we don't be having no identity. We don't be having no identity because that's what don't be having no toughness, G. I feel like Pickens, when we give him the ball, he starts giving us that toughness, that attitude, like, shut up. Man, shut up. You can't guard me. You feel me? He gives us that. And that's why we got to go through him, because I don't feel like CD is like that. Now, I'm talking about his ability is like that, but I don't feel like CD is like that, how he talk.
I was watching that stream you were on last night, and I saw a comment where someone said, you guys were talking about that, and the comment said he's got that Dez-like energy.
He does.
And that is infectious, or
it is.
Throughout the team. So
you saw when he was doing his
contagious.
dance in that little circle when the pregame dance. What did that Cowboys offense do?
Yeah,
they went crazy. You feel me? He gives them that edge. He gives us that edge. You feel me? CD has that ability, but Pickens gives you that edge. You feel me? And we need to get that edge early in the game. We need to get the edge early. The offense need to get the edge early. It got to go through Pickens. Stop forcing it to CD, Dak. Go through. Look, there's a thing right there. See it?
Oh, yeah. Get out of here.
He's up there chilling. He's up there like, I'm watching the show too.
Stink bug
up there. We was watching it, and he watching the damn show too.
Hey, real quick, I don't want to cut off your point. I hope you can hold that for a second. But I just want to jump in the comments because we got some people watching, so I want you guys to comment. Let us know where you're watching from. Let's give some shout outs. Alex K said rework Kenny Clark's deal in the offseason and re-sign her franchise tag Pickens.
I feel him, but do you trust the front office to do that? I'm asking you that, Alex K. I hear you, but are they going to do that? No, I don't believe it. Sorry.
And then Caden says the Raiders are looking decent. They're playing right now against the Broncos. We play the Raiders next after the bye week.
I seen what Draymond Green said about that.
Said he's a bum.
Yes. And what he said was like, he ain't a bum. He's a good quarterback, but when you need him the most, he ain't lying about that.
Yeah.
I know it's been the team too, but he's not lying about what he said. He's not a bum. Dak's not a bum. But what he said, that got to be better. He do. It's the truth. Yeah, I know the team be doing it too, but guess what? He got to be better.
I gave you that beer, right?
Yep, it's right here. I put it on the
Okay,
thing.
I could see it with my iPad.
Yep,
I was
yep,
like, wait
yep,
a minute, where'd
yep.
it go?
Yep.
Yeah, so we got all off topic, but whatever. Sam Williams.
Oh,
I felt like it kind of felt like when they traded Parsons, they were probably really confident in him.
yes.
He's coming back off that injury, and he was pretty good before that. But there, the talk about him before was he's not getting enough time, enough playing time. But he did look pretty good when he would get in there. But now he got his shot, and he's not looking good. So I feel like they were probably relying on him with that Parsons trade. He's going to step in there and do something. But they must have thought he was that guy. But yeah, so what do you think is going on with him?
Sam Williams is gone. If I'm the Cowboys, that's why I said dangle him. Put him on the trade block. See if anybody want him, because you had too many years. You've had a lot of opportunities, and it's like you do the same thing over and over again. You're frustrating. You're frustrating to a fan. So I only know what a coach feels like with you. You frustrate fans. The greatest thing you are a kick blocker. Block punter.
Mm-hmm.
That's your forte.
Punt blocker.
Punt blocker. Sam Williams, the punt blocker. You're the best punt blocker in the world. Sam Williams could block a punt out of, maybe because all that crazy energy he can do. Because, bro, he's just unorthodox how he pass rushes. But I said this when I did a film breakdown of him. When he came out of college and he got I think it was 14, 15 sacks, and that's why the Cowboys drafted him. I was on him because somebody had talked about him, because I knew he was going to probably run a 4.6 at that size, and that was really going to up him in the draft. But I remember watching him in college. And the main thing I kept on watching him in college, he had no moves. He had not one pass rush move, bro. It was all G bull rush. Or you got lucky and the offensive lineman whiffed and he missed you and you got an easy sack. They weren't sacks where you really using your hand placement. They weren't sacks where you're really using like Ezraku. You feel me? He got a tool belt. Sam Williams came in with just straight athletic ability, and the athletic ability, we've seen it before, pushes you up in the draft. And, okay, you had that athletic ability, but now you got to the NFL, you have not worked on your game. In my opinion, you can see it. Sam Williams has not worked on his game. He has not upped his game in these years. If you're on the sideline saying, let the dog out and let me loose, then when you get your opportunity, you need to show something, and you never do. And it looks like you're still the same player you was as a rookie. So I just think he needs to move on. You should have dangled him at the trade deadline and try to get something for him, a draft pick, recoup something for him, because I don't feel like he's in your plans unless he's coming back dirt cheap. He's going to want some kind of money. Somebody might take a chance on him because he's still young. They'll be like, maybe it didn't work in Dallas. We can make it work here. And I think that's why he might get an opportunity to make some money somewhere else.
Alex K said Sam Williams is Tristan Hill 2.0.
You ain't lying.
Thurston House said Sam Williams is a stew head. And Thurston's in Dallas. Robert King's in Port Arthur, Texas.
Thurston's my dog.
Man, I miss doing this stuff, like shouting out everybody from where they are all over the country. People watch from all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Pennsylvania in the house, and Dallas will be dumb not to sign Pickens and fix the defense to the draft of free agency from Street Beast 187.
Yeah, we always say they would be dumb, but that's the problem, G. We all are saying you got to keep Kenny Clark, rework him, make sure you but guess what? Are you? Or are you going to be the same old Cowboys? Be like, we can't afford him because he'll be making 20-something million, and Quentin Williams' deal kicks in next year. He'll be making 21, and Osa, I think, will be making 20 next year. You know what? Do you really think they're going to have those three linemen making $20 million? Do you really think Kenny Clark would say, oh, yeah, I'll take a restructure after getting traded and then go to a team and restructure my deal? No, he's not. He's 30 years old. He's trying to get paid. He's going to go somewhere where somebody will sign him to some big money because he's auditioning, too, for another team just in case. You don't think he's not? Him and his agent's talking. I learned beyond football. I used to watch this football, but then once we got into this right here, G, and I started learning about contracts and agents and stuff, yeah, it ain't all football, bruh. It's about getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
This is a job.
Politics and stuff.
This
too.
is a job.
Just a little side note on the Sam Williams thing, and it's just kind of something I've noticed. Why is it like when guys start growing their hair out, it feels like they are starting to fall off?
What you mean?
Like Zeke, he started growing his hair long. Turpin's getting longer hair. Turpin, we talked about Turpin.
That was crazy.
And then
Turp.
Sam Williams has got the dreads coming out. Diggs had the dreads, and then all of a sudden, like, these guys aren't playing good. It's like, okay, they got their money. That's how you know right there when they start wearing the chains and
Rich.
yeah,
Rich,
money.
yeah. You feel me? Because now, Turpin.
So then it's, but why is it like?
I'm going to leave you alone, Turp, because you hollered at my dog. I ain't like that.
Yeah, we don't have to go there.
I know. But Turp got to get better, though.
Yeah.
You talk about all them deals we was talking about they signed. You signed Hunter Lupke. What's he done? What has Hunter Lupke done at all? And
they don't even use him, do they?
No. And I'm like, why did you sign him? You don't use him for nothing. So why did you sign him? Jake Ferguson and Deron Bland. Stephen Jones, I believe, specifically said we're going to wait to the end of the year to do something with them. We're going to wait and see. And then you sign them. Okay. I feel like, number one, that was some nanny boo-boo, Parsons leave, and we going to sign players now. I felt like that was a little bit of the dig, Oh, well, we ain't got Parsons, we sign. But, bro, you signed Bland and Ferguson off injury plague. We talked about this yesterday on the show. Injury plague seasons and down seasons. You signed them to deals. Kyle Pitts is a free agent next year.
You like him?
What? You wouldn't want a Kyle Pitts with us?
He's all right.
When's the last time?
I mean, he's better than Ferguson as far as a deep threat.
See,
like getting down the field.
Now listen, I'm not hyping. I'm not hyping Pitts. But what I'm saying is the athletic ability. When do we have an athletic tight end?
Yeah.
I'm tired of seeing catch it and rerun straight and get hit and nothing. I'm tired of seeing that.
Yeah.
I want to see a tight end that is explosive, catch the ball and really can take it down the field and make plays. Mm-hmm. We need a tight end like that. I'm tired of these other tight ends that they prototype with Dallas. I'm not hating on Fergie. I love how he plays, but, bro, he very regular. He just is. He's a very regular tight end. We need an explosive tight end. You get explosive receiver, explosive tight end. You have an explosive off. You get all the playmakers you can. And you can't tell me if you added Kyle Pitts, we wouldn't be feeling like, oh, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that would definitely bring some athleticism. You would feel like you could get some bigger plays for sure out of that. But I do feel like he's been a bit of a disappointment for like where he was picked.
I agree.
Top 5 pick.
I agree. That's why you could have got him on the low.
You mean a trade, like a lower draft pick, or maybe like a 5th round pick, or
something. Because he's a free agent, sign him. You got Ferg. See, here's the thing: the real teams don't say, "Well, we just signed Ferguson. We ain't signed nobody else." No, the real teams be like, "Hey, I want Pitts too and Ferguson." That's the real teams do. The real GMs are like, "No, I'm adding you, and you just gonna play with him, and y'all figure it out." But we need to get the best players here because we're trying to win a championship.
And they just signed Ferguson to a
you get what I'm saying, bro? You didn't have to sign him.
Seems like a lot of bad contracts.
You didn't have to. Y'all said y'all were gonna wait. Pitts was up is a free agent at the same time as Ferguson would have been. Who would you have took if they were both free agents? Kyle Pitts or Ferguson? Y'all tell me in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, Ferguson, like you said, he's good, but he's more like an extension of the run game, really. I mean, he's averaging 6 yards a catch.
And Dak loves him.
He does get a lot of catches, but he's that security blanket like Witten was. But Witten, though, he was like 12 yards a catch. Ferguson's having a lot of catches, but
he like 5 yards.
He is a nice goal line target, though. You got to say that because he did score a lot of touchdowns over that stretch.
I just soured on Ferguson. I didn't mean to sour on you, Fergie, but you just –
I don't know. I do like it when they hit him on those seam routes. I do like him up the seam, but I feel like, they don't go down the field enough with him. But he's more like an extension of the run game to me.
I watched Tyler Warren from the Colts, and he's a rookie. He just looks head and shoulders better than above.
Yeah.
You feel me? He got more wiggle.
Yeah.
He gets the ball. He got escapability. We don't have that at the type of position. He catch it. He runs straight. He get hit. He go down.
Yeah, he's average.
You know what I'm saying?
We've had average for a while.
Even I feel like Blake Jarwin had more juice than him. He just stayed hurt.
Jarwin
had a gazelle. He had that gazelle. Like he caught him was a gazelle. You feel me? We had a gazelle right there. He just always stayed hurt. But Ferguson is just catch it, run straight, and get hit.
I feel like Jarwin had those. He had like some Gronk traits.
Yeah, he had
Big.
wiggle.
He was big.
He was big. He was like 6'7".
Yeah,
and he had
real
wiggle.
big.
He like I like Blake Jarwin.
Yeah, he was good.
He was good. I'm sorry. I'm sad he had an injury. I like Blake Jarwin.
I liked him too.
Mhm.
Yeah. That sucks that happened for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. So I guess we'll get back into something we was scheduled to talk about. Javonte Williams. He fumbled that
That's in
game.
the chat too.
What's that? What? Javonte?
Yeah, they're talking about it in the chat too. Javonte.
Oh, the chat. Stevie Mac, Alex K. These guys are sticking around. I wish we could get some shares or somehow
share.
eyes on, but
that's all right. We're good.
It is what it is.
We just starting back at it.
Just make sure you checking out the shorts, and I'm gonna start cutting segments out of the shows too, not just the shorts. That way, there's like some longer clips about something individually.
What was you saying about Javonte though?
Yeah, and Alex said keep Javonte and sign Breece Hall. But no, I was going to ask you about Javonte. He's had a rough couple games, I guess. Well, he had 2 touchdowns against the Broncos, but that big fumble last week. But what are they going to do about that? Is he going to be coming back, or do you think they're going to go in the draft? Obviously, Jaden Blue ain't the guy. For whatever reason, he's not. Jaden Blue's just not. He's getting in, deactivated, healthy scratches, activate Malik Davis. So running back is a big question mark going forward. We're going to talk about the draft too. We're kind of been on here a while, but it's up to you when you're ready to go. But
we're cool.
I did want to touch on that with the draft too. That kind of leads into that, like what are going to be the needs for the draft. But with Javonte Williams, what are they doing with running back after this season?
Remember I told you I think he's going to command some money. Now, I think what's going to have to happen for Javonte to come back, because he's on the 1-year, $3 million deal, he's going to want a pay raise. He's definitely going to want a pay raise. The thing that's going to happen be in favor for Dallas if he loves Dallas. Like if he, I love it here. They know how to get you to, if you love it here, to take maybe a little less and use all the other benefits for Dallas. They have a way of doing it. So really it's going to be Javonte, I really love it here. If he's that guy that he says, I really love it here, he's coming back. But if he's like, I'm trying to make some money, he gone. If Javonte Williams, I want some bread, he gone. So that's what it is to me. It's going to be, does Javonte Williams love, no, I'm good. Does Javonte Williams love Dallas? Because if he loves Dallas, he'll come back here. They can work something with him. They'll be in his ear. But if he's like, I want some money, he's going to be gone. And then you got 2 first-round picks, right? Right now, I think they said right now it's 14 and 24. The picks, first-round picks.
If the season ended right now.
If the season ended right now, it's 14 and 24. You ain't getting a running back that early, even if Javonte Williams leave. You're going to still have to address defense, right? You're going to have to really address that hard. That's what it is going to be for me, G. I can't call that one because it's going to be on Javonte. If he asks for money, he's going to be gone. If he loves it in Dallas, he's going to stay. That's it. That there is no. I love to see him come back because he's only 25 years old. He's young. He's a power running back. I love how he runs powerful and he runs straight ahead. Like he don't be running backwards. Like I like how he runs the football. That's why I get frustrated when we get near that red zone. You want to get cute and throw the ball, shotty. Like you said back in the day, early in this year, that in training camp and all that, you wanted to be physical. We want to have an identity. Then when we get in that 10-yard line, you want to start throwing the damn ball and shit and going in and shotgun. Why? Get that damn ball, figure out, do a toss sweep. Something, get Javonte nice on the toss sweep. You feel me? He nice on toss sweeps. So get him out on that edge and let him be able to see that hole and hit it and go. But stop getting cute down there and give your dog, because I remember not so long ago when we got in that 10-yard line with Mike McCarthy, and we were like, we need somebody to get in there because every time we get in the 10-yard line, we can't score a touchdown. We were just remember that last year we couldn't score a touchdown inside the 10, right? And we started doing it now because Javonte Williams, once he get inside that 10, he getting in that end zone. Don't run it just straight up the middle. Get tricky with it. You're in the NFL. Don't just, all right, we at the 8-yard line, power dive. Come on, bro. put some motion, get the defense thinking, and do something. You feel me? But don't sit there and just we're gonna run straight up the middle. You're making it easy for the defense. Get tricky down there, but you can still run the ball. So figure out how you get Javonte Williams that ball down there because he's getting touchdowns. When they start getting in shotgun and doing the other stuff, that's frustrating.
So to the draft then. So when will the Cowboys, and when's the last time the Cowboys have addressed the safety position and actually went big on safety? Remember back a few years ago, we were all wanting Earl Thomas. That never happened. Yeah. Donovan Wilson was, a 6th-round pick?
Yeah.
The other guy, Hooker, was a free agent signing, former first-round pick, right. Ohio State.
Yep.
But they never seem to address that safety spot. Why don't they? Is it a big deal? Why don't they do that? Should they do that? I know that a guy from Ohio State now, his name's been going around.
Caleb Downs. I mean, I don't know why they don't address it. They just feel like I don't have a rhyme or reason why they don't address that position at all. You should. This is the perfect time now. You got 2 first-round draft picks. You got a dog in the middle now, right? So you don't have to worry about that in the draft. So my thing is, I say when we're like Caleb Downs, yeah, blah, 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 blah. You don't think all them other teams want Caleb Downs? You know what I mean? So I don't understand why they don't address the safety position. It's been a position of need. It's almost like we were talking about the defensive tackle. Why don't they figure that out? Why don't they figure it out? It's just they're just not a good drafting team on defense.
I mean, when's the last time they've done it? Because the last time I can think is Roy Williams. And remember they had Ken Hamlin. He was a pretty good free agent pickup.
But he was a free agent pickup from Seattle.
But he was a pretty solid free agent.
He was solid from Seattle.
For 2 years.
But, yeah, Roy Williams was the last one they drafted in the first round, right?
Yeah, and he was good. I like Roy.
He was good early.
Pass defense.
But that was their fault because they didn't play to his strengths.
He was kind of a linebacker.
He was more of a box safety. Attack that line of scrimmage, get after them.
He had a lot of picks, though, and pick sixes.
Yeah, but when they really put him in coverage, boy, they killed him.
Yeah, the deep ball. He would get smoked by Santana Moss. I remember games like that.
Oh, my. You know how many times I used to want to throw my stomach at the TV when I see Roy Williams in coverage?
Yeah.
But I love Roy Williams.
He has some good plays, though.
I love Roy Williams.
A lot of interceptions.
Even if he was getting exposed, you know why I love Roy Williams? Like you love Roy Williams. Like we all love Roy Williams. He set the tone. Roy Williams, because you knew there was going to be one play in the game, Roy Williams going to smack somebody. And you're going to be like, yeah, come in there again, Roy Williams. Yeah, come in there again.
Everybody had a Roy Williams jersey.
Bruh.
31.
That 31 was hard. You know, that 31 was hard.
That's one of the last hardest hitters we've ever seen.
Hey, that 31 was hard. That number 31 with the white, with the stars, was hard. Roy Williams, beast. You interviewed him.
I did?
Yeah, you did back in Cali.
He might have been on something I was part of.
You was part of, yeah. You was on some stuff you did. Roy Williams, beast.
Yep, Roy Williams. Yep, I remember at that time, because at that time, the Cowboys sucked, and when he came in, and he was kind of like the savior. He was the best player on the team at that time. He was the star.
Hold on before you finish that. My guy, Lee Commander, says, big game, I'm getting in here late, but it's too late for your Cowboys, even with the trade you had to me. Lee Commander, you said Lee Commander. Think about what you just said, Commander. The Dallas beat the Commanders.
That's one of our biggest, best wins of the season.
You feel me? Fam, I hate the Commanders, but I'm going to tell you something. If you really Commanders fan, I'm going to just say one thing to you. I told y'all about Dan Quinn. You listen to me, Commanders fans. And just my dog, George, that's my dog. He's beast in the streets. I jumped in there as soon as we beat them, G. I ain't been talking shit about Dallas, but every time we beat the Commanders, I'm hollering at y'all. So I jumped right in that inbox, G. It was like, what's going on? Didn't I tell you about Dan Quinn? I said, didn't I tell you about Dan Quinn? Didn't I tell you about Dan Quinn? Dan Quinn is going to start fast as a head coach, go hard effort, and then watch what happens right after that. I said it.
This is his second time being head coach, right?
Yes.
Falcons got to a Super Bowl,
And
lost
then
to
what
Brady,
happened?
had that meltdown.
And what happened after the meltdown?
He got fired like a year later, maybe 2
But
years
yeah,
later. something like
exactly,
that.
because you started hard and fast, and then you burned quick. That's what Dan Quinn does. He has that rah-rah early, and everybody feels it, and then after that, it goes
You
down.
said it about Eberflus last week. He's like a better defensive coordinator than he is a head coach. Dan
Yes.
Quinn.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's just a better, like, if Dan Quinn, that's why I was mad, because when he came to Dallas, I felt like he came to Dallas to get a head coach job. I don't know if Jerry Jones promised him a job if after McCarthy, but Dan Quinn wanted another head coaching job. And what's your best opportunity to get a head coaching job? Coach the Dallas Cowboys. Get that defense. You got Micah Parsons. Now I can show this is a portfolio for you. I don't know. This is bigger than football, y'all. These guys are trying to get jobs, but get money. So he was trying to get a head coaching job the whole time. You feel me? I wish he would have just wanted to stay a defensive coordinator, because he's just damn good at that, in my opinion. He's just damn good at being a defensive coordinator. Look what he did with Dallas's defense. 2020, it was one of the worst defenses in the NFL with Mike Nolan. They fired him and got Dan Quinn. You went worst to first in damn near 1 year.
Yeah.
That ain't just Parsons. That's coaching.
For sure, yeah. That's how it goes, though. You know, when you're a great coach, assistant, or a coordinator, you end up getting a head coaching job. Look at Kellen Moore. But he's struggling. Struggling.
He should never be a head coach.
Bad pick at quarterback on the draft.
Terrible pick. Not a leader of men. I'm going to say it again. Kellen Moore is not a leader. Ain't nobody listening to no damn Kellen Moore. You think the players in there like, let's go, Kellen? No, they're not. I don't believe you. I don't believe you're doing that for Kellen. Not at all.
Nah. He looks like a kid.
He's still going to look like a kid. Damn it. I ain't listening to no damn
Can't
Kellen.
take him serious.
I ain't listening to no damn Kellen Moore, dog.
Like, I could crush you. Listen to you.
That's why they don't listen to Mike McDaniels. He little.
Maybe,
I know I'm a little dude. I don't be hating. I understand it. You got a little dude who the head
Mike
coach, everybody
McDaniels.
big. They ain't listening to you. This is true. Y'all don't believe it. It's truth. If it start going bad, like, shut your little ass up. That's what they going to say to the coach.
Yeah. And that's when they end up getting cut or traded.
Hey, I'm like, hey, you said that. Bye.
So real quick before we stop here. So now,
Pizza Boy Kellen.
Now that we see what they've done, because they still have 2 draft picks first round for this coming draft, do you think that the trade with Micah Parsons, if you kind of take that and then include what you've gotten since you made that trade, with that everything involved with that trade, you think the Cowboys have won the trade? You think it ends up looking like a good trade now? Or I kind of think we got to wait and see, but just based on what we know right now, do you think it was it's been like an even trade, or did we win the trade?
I feel like the initial trade with Green Bay, no, they won. I feel like they initially won that trade because I felt like you still could have got more with Michael Parsons. You got 2 first-round picks of Kenny Clark. I felt like you still could have got more for Michael Parsons. I just feel like you could. Mel, my dog. I love y'all. California love. You know, when we was out in Cali, G, my dog Mel, he took us everywhere in Cali.
Oh, like just kind of gave you a ride, or
Yeah. Because you know, I know Mel through here, and he was like, "Yeah, when you come down to Cali." So when we were staying with you, we was going kicking it with him. He was taking us everywhere.
That's cool.
He took us to, you know, where Training Day, where they filmed and everything.
Yeah, hell yeah, I love doing that.
Yeah, he took us. He took us over. Yeah, he took us over there. We went to Nipsey Hussle spot. Took a picture out there.
Yeah, I love doing that.
Yeah.
When I I lived out there.
Yeah.
So when I was in LA, I would go up to LA on the weekend. Sometimes I'd see like the House from Friday.
Yes.
Yeah, shit like that.
Dog.
I didn't see the Training Day sites, but that would have been a cool one to see.
Bruh, it was hard. You feel me?
Yeah.
First of all, Cali is the shit.
Yeah, it's a whole different world out there, man.
Cali is the shit.
We live in the woods and the sticks out here.
Bruh, Cali is the shit.
It's just deer and forest out here. That's it.
Bro, Cali is the shit. If it wasn't so damn expensive, I know why it is, because it's just beautiful. It's fun. I love Cali.
Yeah, you got everything that you
Bruh.
could ask for all within a
and where
couple
you
hours.
lived at, oh my
Yeah,
God.
San Diego was better than
Shit. That was the shit.
LA. You're a 10-minute drive from the beach, the mountains,
Bruh.
everything's all right there.
That was the
Hour
shit.
and a half to LA.
Bro, when we went out on the patio in the mornings,
Yeah.
what?
Palm trees.
trees.
Yep. Sun coming up right
Shit.
there.
Going back to Cali.
Yeah, that was a great time.
That was a great
But
time.
here I am back out in the sticks.
Don't do that.
Yeah, a lot's changed.
Lots of change.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much going to do it.
I don't know. We got the crowd rocking now.
So I didn't really.
The crowd rocking now. Let's go like 10 more minutes.
Okay, that's good with me. I didn't really want to get too much into that Raiders game because I figured we'll hit on that next week.
Why
since
not?
It's a bye. What's a bye week?
Yeah, all right.
A lot changes. They still have another game to play unless they're on.
But that's still going
no,
to
we'll see.
Let me tell you something. Everybody going to be
They'll
like,
play us next.
that's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, they are in games.
They are in games. And don't you think there's a Raiders going to get up for Dallas? That's going to be a fact. And let me tell you something. G, I'm glad we got Quentin Williams, okay? But let me tell you something. If we play mother-sucking Raiders and Aston Genty get like 150 on us, I'm on.
That's the get right game. You already know, man. We don't even got to think about it. It's the get right game. We know that. But it might be different. Let's wait and see what happens.
Because we got Quentin Williams. That's the only my only hope.
A couple games.
That's my only hope.
2 to 3 games.
That's my only hope.
We'll see if he plays a lot right away.
That's my only hope, G, because that's the only thing I'm looking at. Genty going ham on Dallas.
Maybe Logan Wilson can be like that quarterback of the defense because I see everybody talks about his IQ.
I forgot about Brock Bowers.
His instincts.
Oh, shit.
Logan Wilson's in trouble.
Brock Bowers going to kill us.
No, Logan Wilson, though, I feel like a lot of people, he's getting a lot of expectations put on him right now.
Bruh, Logan Wilson going to kick. Brock Bowers going to kick our ass.
Yeah.
Geno Smith.
Yeah.
He been playing terrible. Oh, no.
Well,
I'm having bad visions
if we still
now.
can't get pressure, we're getting destroyed.
I'm having bad visions already. We already said the get right game.
What? Oh, yeah, for the Raiders?
Geno Smith been playing terrible. Aston Genty.
Leading the league in
Brock
picks.
Bowers. Oh, no. And you know, Geno, when he get in them zones and he get to slinging, he can throw 500.
Oh, yeah.
He can throw for 500 on you, 5 touchdowns.
The reason he keeps being a starter everywhere he goes.
He can do it. Oh, God, don't let these spin the get right game. That's another saying we're going to have in the streets. Everybody going to be taking it to get right. We the get right team. Dallas is the get right team. You want to get right with somebody? Circle Dallas.
Marvin Harrison got right. Jacoby Brissett the very next day was like named the starter now over Kyler Murray. That's the get right. He saved his job. He's the
Rico
starter.
Dowdell. They all get right. Caleb Williams.
Guess who's the starter now for the Panthers running back? Dowdell.
Caleb Williams get right because he had his best game of the year against us. Bryce Young. He went crazy in the third and fourth quarters. Get right. We the get right gang.
It definitely is.
Yeah, y'all gonna be start marketing this shit. Y'all gonna start saying get right. Yeah, you want to play Dallas and you want to F up? Get right. We the get right team.
Yeah, like you said last week too. That teams are circling the Cowboys.
Why not?
I'm gonna get right here.
Yeah, oh damn!
Okay,
that Cowboys defense. Yeah, you know they ain't stopping us. Circle, bruh. Let me tell you, Quentin Williams, please make this difference in this Raider games because I'm telling you, if they didn't make this trade. If they did not make this trade, this is definitely the get right game. The only thing that's going to save us is Quentin Williams. I'm going to tell you right now, y'all, or I can't count on maybe Overshown, but I'm scared. I ain't going to lie. I'm scared. I'm scared of his injuries. I'm scared of week 1. I'm scared every game Overshown plays for the rest of his career. Period. I'm not ever thinking of Overshown future nothing. I'm thinking Overshown game to game. And Revel, when I seen that big-ass brace, I don't want him to play.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it real.
I think Overshown had a big brace on, too.
Yeah, I don't want neither one of them to play.
Well, I mean, they're going to try to protect it. So
I just don't feel good about it, G. It's a lost season.
You'd have to go on a run. You'd have to. You'd have to
I
win like
get it.
6 or 7
I get
of the
it.
last 8.
I get it because you're not mathematically out. So I definitely get it from the competitive standpoint and everything.
You have to hope the Eagles lose too.
But dog, if you have this season, it's a failed season, and those guys try to come back from injury and something happen, I'm gonna be distraught.
Mel Hayes says, I don't want Overshown or Revel to play this
Neither
year.
do I.
Like, at this point, why risk it? But you're not mathematically out. So I've seen that not just with the Cowboys, but other teams too. If you're not mathematically
Dallas
out,
don't do it. But
that's
saying we're not trying. So I can't do that. Because that says, oh, well, damn, you just a quitter. And that can't be true, especially if you're a competitor. You can't do that. But to me, it's like a lot of us feel like when you got Quentin Williams, that was for the future. A lot of us feel that way. Right, G? You feel that way, don't you?
And
it feels more
the price of Micah Parsons.
Yeah, it feels more future.
But different type of play.
And I get, okay, we want to, but dog, let me tell you something. Don't lose to the Raiders. If you lose to one of these NFC teams and sit them out, it's okay. Like, don't force them. Them is cornerstones for you. You don't want to have the injury-prone label on Revel because he's had injuries that nobody comes back from.
Yeah. Overshown's were bad, too.
That last one was terrible.
It's crazy to think that guy only played,
he's only played like 10 games.
Something like that. That's it. And he looked real good in those
And
games,
he's so
too.
nasty with it. But
natural, just real good.
And see, my thing with Overshown, my problem is this. He plays too hard. G, Overshown plays too hard. If there's a word for that, he plays too hard. He goes all out every play. And I'm not saying he's susceptible to injury, but freak injuries happen to him because he plays crazy. He plays like a maniac. He's like really a maniac on the field. Overshown's a maniac on the field. That's why he got Agent Zero. I really feel he said he turns into a superhero on the field. I really believe he's really on that shit when he's on the field. It looks like he's on that shit. I just wish his body was built for it. You feel me? Where he couldn't get them injuries because that dude is different. I ain't going to forget. We saw Parsons. We can replay that video till our faces fall off. When we seen Parsons closing speed. That's why he was so nasty. When Parsons hones in on you, you ain't getting away from him. Mm-hmm. You're throwing that ball away because his hone in speed is different.
So fast.
It's just different. It's just different. But when I seen DeMarvion Overshown in that Cleveland game, and they was both at the same spot, and he darted to Deshaun Watson, I was like, hell no. You remember that game where he darted and cut him off on the first down? And we was like that. And they charted his speed, and we were like, oh, my God.
Another play that always stands out to me from him is the tipped pick six.
Because the hit that he did on a running back, the announcer was like, oh. Because you could hear the hit. When he hit it, you could hear it all the way echo because he smacked that running back, Tracy. And then he smacked him and then catch it. You know, they still had like 6 games left. He had 90 tackles, 5 sacks, 1 interception returned for a touchdown, and he still had 6 games left. That man was going to get like 130 tackles, maybe like 7 sacks, probably another interceptions. He is all worldly, and the attitude is great, but the body, I'm just scared of it. That dude is a difference maker. You got a Quentin Williams, right? You got a difference maker in Overshown, but he's injury prone. I feel like you got a difference maker in Revel. That have you seen the tape on him? The boy is nasty. He's nasty. He's better than Diggs. I had a guy on my show.
Sorry, who you talking about again?
Revel.
Yes.
He's better than Diggs. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah, he would have probably been a top pick, right? If not for the injuries.
I love Diggs. Diggs is a big game hunter, but Revel's natural ability. See, Diggs played a lot of receiver in high school, and he converted in college. Revel, you can see he's like naturally defense. Like he's naturally like, I'm going to guard you, and I'm going to get the ball, and I'm going to take it to the house. Like he's like that. To me, don't get mad at me. He reminds me of Jalen Ramsey. If he stays healthy, he's that type of guy, in my opinion. He's a Jalen Ramsey. Big, strong, imposing, fast. that's what Jalen Ramsey is, and that's what Ravel reminds me of. If he's healthy, he reminds me of it. We have, I feel in my heart, I could be totally wrong, but we have a Jalen Ramsey type player. So you have an Overshown, you have a Ravel, you have a Quentin Williams. You have 3 guys, right? So I feel like you lost too much this year. So, and I want to go hard, but I just can't trust them guys this year coming back from injury. They need a whole year.
Yeah, you might as well, especially if you're not going to be able to do anything this season.
And if you don't do nothing this season, G, 26 got to be your season where we got to try to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's the all-in year.
That 26, if you feel like this year is okay, 26 has to be your Super Bowl year.
That's your all-in
That's
season.
our all-in season. Sign Pickens, do whatever you got. Sign Williams, that's our Super Bowl season.
Draft good.
Draft good. Super Bowl season. You got 2 first-rounders. Super Bowl season. We're going all in on this season. Next 2 seasons, we're going all in. Dak probably got a few more years left. We're going all in.
Yeah, you better spend both those.
Spend
picks,
everything.
Get some free agents.
Get real free agents. Don't F around. You better go all in.
Yeah.
Or we ain't going to believe you.
Yeah, because the window is closing.
It's closing.
Yeah.
And you know how it is in NFL. And your court, the shelf life is
basically
quick.
I think you got the 4 years that they signed Dak and Lamb too.
You think they got 4 years?
Well, that's their window because they just signed that. They both just signed that 4-year deal. So I'm just saying that's their window.
I
but
think
if nothing,
I think it's the 26, 27 years.
If it goes real bad the next year or two, then yes. But if they're close, then I think they'll ride it out. But yeah, that's probably your window though. 3 seasons tops.
Yeah,
with the prime Dak, CD prime,
3 tops,
Pickens
2
prime if you bring him back too.
But 26 and 27 got to be your years. If this season is a wash, which I just feel like it is, you have to go hard them next 2 years. There's no excuses the next 2 years. You must go all the way out. And if the organization does not go all the way out these next 26 and 27, y'all ain't shit.
Yeah, and buckle up because Eberflus is your guy. So just get used to that.
That's what I hate.
Yeah, like he's coming back next year.
I would love if you had a Dan Quinn with this defense now. We need a real defensive coordinator, dog. See, the problem is he comes from that Marinelli tree, G. And you know we hated that. We hated that shit, that zone shit. We need attack. We need to be aggressive. We need to be aggressive on both sides of the ball, period. When you come into the stadium, we're going to kick your ass on both sides of the ball, and you ain't nothing you're going to do about it. We don't have that. It's passive to me when you sit in that damn zone. It's passive. I hate it. Teams can manipulate it and do what they want. And I feel, and then they talk that shit that they do because y'all scary. Zone is scary.
And maybe they're not as good at man as they think they are. Maybe Eberflus sees that and he's like, "Well, you guys aren't good enough."
I understand
for me to
that,
play man,
but
so we have to.
You know what? You know what? I understand that, G. But I coached. I didn't coach in the NFL. I know it was nothing but youth football, but I had some dogs, and I was a defensive coordinator. Okay, I hated. I was a head coach, offensive and defense. I hate coach offense. G. I coach offense and defense.
Defense.
I hate coach offense, but my offense was nice. My offense was nice, but I love defense. And I didn't have the greatest corners at times, and I knew that. But you know what I did? I didn't give a fuck. I'm blitzing you. You ain't going to have no time then. You ain't going to have no time. Guess what? I'm going to put these dudes on the island. I'm sorry. I'm going to have these safeties sitting right here, but you ain't going to have no time because I'm coming after you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck. I'm coming after you. I'm going to take the chance. You're not going to sit there and just kill us all, walk all the way. I'm going to be more frustrated and mad if you're taking it down the field like that because it's bothering me. No, I'm attacking your ass, and I'm going to just whatever, then that's just going to happen. Then you just get it off. But guess what? It ain't going to be because we just sat back. I'm attacking you, and that's what I did. I'm attacking your ass 24/7. We played a 3-4, 4-3. We morphed. And I went according, and guess what? Ask my kids. Ask my kids if we blitzed. We blitzed all the fucking time. You hear me, G? Ask anybody. We blitz. I'm not sitting back and letting your quarterback or whatever feel like you can do whatever you want. I'm not sending everybody. I ain't sending the house every damn play. But guess what? It's going to be tricky. You're not going to know who coming. But guess what? Every play, somebody coming. Fuck that.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at all the great defenses that we've seen, they all do the blitzing.
They
I remember
blitzing.
Troy Polamalu jumping over line of scrimmages.
Gee. All the
sending
great
safeties
defenses
in.
we seen. What the fuck they doing?
Yeah, I don't know. But like I said, though, maybe just don't trust them to do that.
Well, be scary.
So I guess like going into it, we probably knew like, all right, this is just like a
And
year, and then we could start getting these guys.
Did you see that tape? We going to close because I don't want to hold G because I know,
I do got to be up at like
G got to get up.
6:45.
He got to get up. So I'm just going to be the last sentence. But the one reason why Flus made me mad, they had one play where Jacoby Brissett ran to the right side and he sent a delayed blitz from Shamar James. Motherfucker, I can see that blitz from 100 miles away. He looked right at the blitz like, oh, you're blitzing. I can see. I'm going to throw up the right out to the opening where you can't cover in the flat because the safety has to come all the way across the field on the crosser. What the – man, that's when I was done. I said, okay, I'm done with Eberflus.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I guess, like I said, they're gonna, now they're getting some guys, so the excuses are gonna go away. So we'll see what happens. But yeah,
Great crowd.
My eyes are getting heavy. Yeah,
Yep.
a lot of.
We appreciate
A
y'all.
lot more came in there late. You guys kind of missed it. We've been live for like
They was
an
on the
hour,
West
but-
Coast, G.
Yeah, it's that. Yep, you said Cali. That explains it. So yep, they're just getting home from work, stuff
Mhm.
like that.
But we love y'all. We appreciate y'all.
But yeah, look for the clips throughout the week. You can follow me at Producer G on TikTok,
Get on that TikTok.
and you guys are already on his YouTube. But if you're not on his Twitter yet, go to the Twitter.
I don't do the TikTok. I ain't fucking with them Chinese.
Damn.
I'm not being. I'm please forgive me for that one.
It's all right. We don't have to go and explain it. But
I'm sorry.
If you're not on his Twitter, go to the Twitter. Make sure you follow there. He's posted all the time on Twitter, the good stuff, all the content creators getting back together. What's the show called that's going to be happening? What day a week? You be on there sometimes, or is it just
Burgers
a
and Blizzards?
rotation? No.
Cover
What you
3?
did last night.
Cover 3.
Is that going to be a
Nah.
you all the time, or just kind of rotating
that's,
sometimes?
That's their spot. That's Rome.
Rotational
Yeah,
thing?
no,
I
that's
got you.
Rome, DMV, and Tuck. That's their thing.
Okay,
they just
so
happen to bring us
The
on.
OG guest.
Yeah, we
I
was
got
OG
you.
guests. You feel
Okay.
me?
I wasn't for sure. I was
No.
just-
That's
yeah.
their thing. They rock that hard. They rock that cover 3. I love how they called it through 3 people, cover 3.
Yeah,
NFL. That's a hard name. I love how they did that.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. The production was on point. Everybody sounded
Tuck
good.
go hard with
Yeah,
his
it was
production.
nice. Yep.
Yeah, Tuck goes hard. I love how they put that together. Cover 3 people. That's hard.
I like the panel look, the guest. Yeah, I like that.
Tuck
Everybody
knows how
takes
to
their
do his shit.
turn.
Tuck knows how to do
Yep,
his shit.
That's good.
Yep.
But cool. All right. Well, I guess that's it for me, and we'll go ahead and head out to some music here. We'll
Ooh,
get this music back going.
yeah.
Donation.
Donation.
Y'all should donate.
Donation.
Hey, listen to all this. My homeboy
There you
T.
go. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
Guys, I ain't trying to hear that.
Stevie
$10
Mac.
holla.
Man,
I
don't give a hell.
Man, I don't give a hell for real.
He said, my name is T.
What's good, everybody?
That's Big Game James.
Man, I swear. These Cowboys,
See you guys in the comments.
Yeah.
they always gonna be the same.
Mel Hayes said you'll be dope on TikTok. Yes, go over there.
Jerry's gonna
He's
be
not on
Jerry.
TikTok, but
I
I
hate
am.
TikTok, but go to File Producer G.
Producer
He got all the
G,
fire shit.
All the clips will be on there
I need some
from
Dak moments
the
this
streams.
year. I need some Dak moments.
I need some Dak moments for real.
Hey, oh, it's a
Some Dak moments would have been nice last week.
Dak moments. I need them.
donation.
He started that game with a moment, that big pass to, was it
Trying to be positive.
I didn't feel it though.
50-yard play? Was that Lamb? It was Lamb.
Was that Lamb?
That's
Yeah.
I think it was Lamb. Yeah, 50-yard play on the first
I don't
drive.
trust it.
I thought, all right.
I don't trust it.
And then they did something weird on third down, and I was like, all right, it's over.
My name is
First quarter, okay, it's one of those games.
Ain't it crazy that us Cowboys fans, we know after the okay, yep, it's over. We lost. Isn't that true?
Yeah, you can tell because it's just like, all right, they're doing some bullshit on this situation right here.
Yep, and
Like,
we know. Yep, same old Cowboys, right?
Yep. But we don't have to worry about that this week. It's a bye week. But we'll be back to talk about the Raiders.
Yeah. Oh, please don't let that be the get right game.
Whatever else happens
Oh, God.
throughout the week till that point. But,
I'm
yep.
hurt.
R.I.P. to Marshon, Neland.
Trying to be positive.
And that's it. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.